What's going on, guys? I went to the Red Wing store and picked up me a new pair of boots. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been to a Red Wing store. There's a lot of places that carry Red Wing boots. The Trying to think who carries Red Wing boots around here. Our local farm store carries them. Trying to think. Just any, I think most any local farm stores, not the big chains like Tractor Supply, but small farm stores carry them, and a lot of other places. But they're just an authorized retailer, so they only have a few Red Wing boots in stock, usually 2 to 3 styles, and they're usually the lower priced, $100, $120 boots. But if you go to an actual Red Wing store, where they supposed to fit your foot and everything. And the first one I went to was a smaller one. It was a Red Wing store, but it was a smaller store. And I'd been there before when I bought my boots before. They had a decent selection, but they were out of the boots I wanted. I wanted a boot just like what I had, and because that seemed to be the best thing that held up best so far that I've tried. They didn't have it, but there was another Red Wing store in the next town up, so I went to it, and it doesn't make any sense. I have to drive 2 hours to get to a Red Wing store from where I live, but then there's 2 Red Wing stores in that town like 15 miles apart. So I went to the next one, and they had one of those orthopedic things that you stand on with your feet, kind of like the Dr. Scholl's things I'm sure most of you have seen, and you can get custom insoles, the custom Red Wing insoles. So this is what I picked out. These are the same boots that I had before. They're Red Wing 44-48, and they're a decent looking boot. They're not resolable. I don't really like that, but the last ones lasted me 2.5 years, and over the first year of that, I think maybe first year and a half of that was when I was still a millwright, and we stood in hydraulic fluid all the time. I literally had some days come home and had hydraulic fluid on the inside of my boots where it actually soaked through. I'd stood in it so long. Now these are waterproof. They got the waterproof tag on them, but that's not meant to use them like rubber boots and go stand out in the water. But as far as stepping in holes and stuff, mud holes, I've stepped in some mud holes with these already up to here, walking out through the mill and stuff, and my feet hadn't got wet. I really like this rubber toe that they have on here. That's what I liked about these, because I'm always damaging the toe on work boots. Somehow I always manage to damage the leather without that. These are insulated boots, and that is the model number. They are made in China. I don't really like that. I wish they were made in America, but as with everything else, most everything's made in China now, it seems to be. But the last ones I'd had did the insulation, got a hole rubbed in it, right where your heel goes in the back of the boot, and when you got ready to pull your foot out, it caught on it. So I wound up taking a knife and just slitting right here at the seam, slitting it up some with my knife, so that it would just open up and allow your foot to come out of it. And I never had any more issues about it. But these also have better traction than the cheaper Red Wings. And these boots are $265. And I got the insoles that I was telling you about, and they were an additional $60 plus tax. It was $357 for these boots. But I really like the traction that these soles here provide. They seem to last longer. The cheaper Red Wings that I've tried, the soles on them like virtually have no traction, and which that's great for not tracking mud in the house, I guess. But and they're just slick, like in 2 or 3 months they're slick. These here seem to last decent, so I'm gonna try these. And because I had pretty decent luck with the last ones, like I say, for what I was doing, standing in the oil and stuff, and for them to hold up as well as it did, I wanted to try them again. So that's the reason I went with them again this time. And if these last that long or longer, should last longer because I'm not doing that anymore, I'll probably continue to buy them. But if they don't hold up as long or something, then I'll probably try something different, or if they come up with something better. Uh, they do make, actually, Red Wing makes another boot that I've seen that was a little bit more expensive than these. That was a made in America boot, but none of the stores locally to me kept it. They told me there was a store that was like 5 hours from me that they could get it, but I would have to pay for it in advance, and I didn't want to do that because if it comes in and if I didn't like the way it fit or anything, then I'd have to drive back to the store again. I'd have to send it back and then drive back to the store again uh, in order to return it and exchange it for something different. So I just went with these here because I knew they fit well because I've had them before, and actually they fit better than the cheaper ones as far as break-in. The cheaper ones that most everybody buys, it's got the snake on the bottom or whatever, or a variant of that, they hurt my feet real bad for like the first 2 weeks. And these here are not that bad when you first get them. There's a little break-in, but it's nothing like that. So that's the reason I went with these and went ahead and spent that much money to get hopefully what I think is a decent pair of boots. Like I say, the last ones were. But so if you're interested in a pair of boots and you got a local Red Wing store you can go by and check that out, and that custom insole thing they got there, and see what you think about it. Like I say, time will tell how this pair hold up, but the last ones did pretty well, so that's the reason I went back with these. So anyway, thanks for watching, you guys, and I will see y'all next time.